What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another edition of Game Changers on this Thursday. I'm your host, Jalen Tart, and along with me are my guys, Joe and Xavier. And we have a special guest. We have Lauren Russell from She Got Sports talking about football today. Lauren, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good, guys. I'm a little nervous for the game tonight, can't lie, but I'm happy to be here and talk with you guys. Maybe you guys can calm me down and
the
tell me it's going to be okay.
Tonight on Thursday Night Football. This weekend, we got Alabama and Florida, Auburn traveling to Penn State, Georgia having a big game against South Carolina. A lot of great games going on this weekend. And without further ado, we're going to jump right into it. So this week, week 2 of the NFL, a lot of big surprising storylines for the NFL. So we're just going to go game by game and give our predictions for this week's NFL lineup. So first, Thursday night, tonight's game, the Giants at Washington. Lauren, we're going to start off with you. Who do you have taking this game?
I'm going to go for the Giants, but I think they're going to win by 1 point.
Okay.
Because this is my last hope. If the Giants lose to the Washington football team, the only team Daniel Jones can beat, then they're in trouble.
Okay, Joe.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Well, there are some starters for the Washington football team that's currently not playing, like Ryan Fitzpatrick, Curtis Samuel, Antonio Gibson dealing with that shoulder injury. But I cannot sleep on Taylor Heineke. He's no scrub. He's a decent backup. But Daniel Jones has been successful against Chaz's Washington football team, and I believe he can continue that streak. So I'm going to say me and Lauren, New York Football Giants, 23-20.
Okay. Xavier.
Oh man, Thursday night football is going to be a good one. So you got a Giants offense versus the Washington defense. Taylor Heineke, like Joe said, he is not a scrub, but I'm not going to. I mean, one game, but you have fought for one game against the GOAT, Tom Brady. So who's playing out? Who's playing home?
Washington.
Oh man. I will actually go 3-0, and I'll actually pick New York over Washington. And I would say it'll be 20-17.
Okay. I got Washington. I think Chase Young and Montez Sweat will disrupt Daniel Jones. This will be the most difficult test for Daniel Jones in the division. As long as he doesn't turn over the ball, I think he'll have a solid day. But we will know that his turnover problem is going to go away. Taylor Heineke will have a solid day, but I just think that Washington defense is going to be a little bit too much for the Giants. Go ahead.
Before we move on, you know Chase Young struggled against Andrew Thomas, right?
Yes.
And you said, okay, that's all I wanted.
But notice,
Right.
Joe, they are going up against a bad O-line. Know that they are going up against a bad O-line because they do have bad O-line.
But you said Chase Young will be disruptive, but when he goes against Andrew Thomas, you don't really hear his name.
Yeah.
But like
that's a good point.
But Montez Sweat, because Nate Solder is our right tackle, I believe. So maybe Montez Sweat, but Chase Young against Andrew Thomas, I don't know. But we'll see.
We'll see. So the next game, we got the Raiders at the Steelers. Lauren, what's your pick?
Ooh, this is going to be a good one because both these teams had surprising wins week 1. I'm going to go with the Raiders. I'm just going to ride this Raiders hype train right now. I don't know. The Raiders are a fun team. Derek Carr looked pretty good in that game besides the interception, but some people will debate if that was his fault. So I'm going to go with this Raiders offense. I don't really trust the Steelers offense, but listen, the Steelers defense is really good. So I'm just hoping the Raiders offense can get a break versus the Steelers defense.
I got to go with the Raiders. I think the Steelers offense is old. I don't want to say it's old. I think from Ben Roethlisberger, he is showing that he is aging. He looks old. He doesn't really be moving around that much. But the only thing with the Steelers is his defense. T.J. Watt, Mika Fitzpatrick. I think Henry Ruggs will have a good game, and Hunter Renfrow will have solid games. And Derek Carr is going to improve. He's probably going to make his name known for MVP later on in the season. So I got the Raiders surprisingly going 2-0.
I'll say Las Vegas as well. I mean, not because like Pittsburgh's the Steelers are my rival or anything, but like you said, Big Ben is getting old. I feel like this is his last season, and that Raiders offense has shown against a legendary Ravens defense on Monday night. So Derek Carr and that young receiving core that he has, especially with a top 10 running back in Josh Jacobs in the backfield as well, then I feel like Vegas is gonna do some damage with Pittsburgh, but it's gonna be Vegas offense versus Pittsburgh's defense. Who's gonna win on that end?
Go ahead, Joe.
Well, I'm going to have to say the Pittsburgh Steelers, and here's why. Raiders impressed me the other night against the Ravens, Ravens, but we all know that the Ravens do not have a passing game, and Raiders lost two players due to injury, and both of them are out for the season. With Pittsburgh, the defense, T.J. Watt, who should have been Defensive Player of the Year last year, had a pretty solid game against the Buffalo Bills. I believe he will torture that offensive line like he did against Buffalo. And Ben Roethlisberger is aging, but I believe he's just enough to get the job done. He's a good veteran. He won Super Bowl rings, and I just like Deontay Johnson. I like Juju Smith-Schuster. So I'm going to have to say Pittsburgh Steelers, the 27-20.
Okay. I got to be in close too, but I don't know. That O-line, I don't know. The next game, 49ers at the Eagles. Joe, if you want to go ahead and take that one, go ahead.
Okay, so everybody believes that this is going to be an easy game, but it's not because San Francisco are dealing with injuries as well. But I believe they can still get the job done. But if the Eagles do win, I would not be surprised because Jalen Hurts' mobility can hurt and torture that defense. But I would have to say San Francisco 23-16.
Okay. This is hard because as much as I like Jalen Hurts and Devontae Smith, I do have to go with Trey Lance in the 49ers. I think Trey Lance will get more playing time, get more exposure. They did lose Raheem Mostert with the season-ending knee injury that he had. They're just going to be an interesting – the 49ers team are going to be an interesting team in the NFC West to watch for because it's like you don't know whether they're healthy or they're not healthy. They're a Super Bowl team or not a Super Bowl team. Garoppolo is going to develop, do what he has to do, but it's going to be a lot of Trey Lance. So I have the 49ers going into a shootout with Philadelphia and winning the shootout.
Okay.
Lauren?
Yeah, I'm going to have to go with the 49ers too. I mean, I think it's going to be closer than people expect, but I just think the 49ers are the way better team on paper. Like, that's no offense to the Eagles because the Eagles really did impress me versus the Falcons, but I'm going to have to go with the 49ers. And yeah, I hope Trey Lance gets more playing time. Like, I hope he plays more because I think that just makes that offense so much more unpredictable. Even if you have like Garoppolo and Lance out there at the same time, I don't know. Just you can do so many things with Trey Lance. And honestly, I hope he's the starter before the season ends.
Hopefully. Go ahead, Xavier.
I got San Fran. reason for that is because the offense is there. I mean, despite the injuries, because like I was so confused whenever last week it was 41-33. San Fran won over Detroit, and I was looking at how did Detroit get 33? Like a crappy team like Detroit? Are you kidding me? But I digress on that. Philly doesn't have a defense. I mean, they only have Fletcher Cox and Darius Slay. And I feel like Trey Lance is the perfect second string quarterback. They finally drafted a quarterback that if Jimmy G goes down, if or when Jimmy G goes down, you don't have to panic. They don't have to panic now, and their whole season just tanks. They can actually be a winning team with number 5 as a second option.
So do y'all really do see Trey Lance being the starting quarterback when the season is over?
I feel like Jimmy Garoppolo is so injury prone, to be honest.
Okay.
Yeah. But when Jimmy G is healthy, he is a consistent winner. Like Chaz always tells us, I think he have a winnable record.
He's 25-8.
Yeah. So like I mean, Jimmy G, even if he's not the quarterback for the San Francisco 49ers at the end of the season, he will go to a good team and start. But he just has to be consistent. Yeah. Like I'll take Jimmy G.
Me too. I love Jimmy G.
I mean,
but yeah,
I see Trey Lance because they drafted Trey Lance for a reason. It's not like no reason for him not to be in San Francisco. I think Jimmy G will still be there, but he will eventually leave. But more than likely, it will be Trey Lance's team. So on to the next game, Texans at the Browns. This is a no-brainer. I'll go first. I think after I've been saying this off air. I think the Browns' first half against the Chiefs is what teams need to be afraid of when the season goes on. That half is like the Browns looked unstoppable. They looked so unstoppable running the football, throwing the football. Baker Mayfield looked pretty good. It's just the fact that they shot themselves in the foot. I think they will take that frustration and just put it all out on the Texans and just run the ball all over the Texans. So I got the Browns winning that game.
Okay. Yeah, I'll agree. I'll choose the Browns. But that point that you was making, this is why I don't trust Baker Mayfield. You can't you had a 22-10 lead over the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah.
And like we've seen this happen in the playoffs last year where they had a lead and didn't keep it. I mean, yeah, I understand Kansas City is a second half team, but at the same time, like you have to take control of the game at some point. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll agree. I'll go with the Browns and not a blowout, but a good comfortable win. I'll go with the Browns.
And Joe, to reply to your point, Derek Carr sees the moment that Baker Mayfield couldn't do.
Exactly.
So Derek Carr, he took 37 seconds of the game and made it out of something versus Baker Mayfield with 2 minutes left in the game. He's not there.
Right.
So it's going to be a moment where he's going to seize the moment in the game late if it's close. So it's just something that he has to work on. But go ahead, Xavier.
I said, I mean, it's no brainer. Like you said, it's Browns over Houston. I mean, Houston is so toxic right now. It's not even funny. We don't know what Sean Watson is doing. Baker Mayfield. I'm gonna keep on saying this until it breaks over. Until something goes right or left this season. All eyes will be on Baker Mayfield. I'm looking at the stats right now against Kansas City. 321 yards passing, 21 over 28. That's very good. That's 75% completion. But you didn't throw a touchdown. You got a pick, but you're more of a trusting the ground game than your passing.
Right.
So, but anyway, we already know the outcome of this game, but it's still that everybody else around Baker is straight. But Baker
Right.
will be he will either make or break this Browns season because they have a great chance of going to the Super Bowl.
I agree.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Lauren.
So yeah, I'm gonna agree with you guys. I'm gonna go with the Browns. I mean, you never want to like lose a game, but I feel like the Browns had the best loss week 1, like the easiest loss to deal with. Like the Chiefs don't lose in September, and they're not gonna lose at Arrowhead week 1. And I thought the Browns might actually win that game, like after checking the score in the first quarter and the first half. But listen, I think this is an easy game for the Browns.
Right.
Yeah.
Unless it turns out to be a trap game in week 2 somehow. But I don't think that's
right, and I hope it doesn't because it's like you just never know. It's always that one unexpected team winning in each week, so it's like we don't know.
The Chiefs are the Chiefs are a second half team, especially when they're down like no more than like 2 possessions.
All last season.
And the Chiefs versus the Texans, that playoff game. Speaking of the Texans, remember that one?
Yeah.
Oh
They
yeah.
were down so big.
24-0 and came back and win.
Came back and won. So Broncos at Jaguars.
Denver.
Go ahead, Xavier.
I got Denver. TB. I trust TB, and then like, yeah, they have an offense all around. Not all around, but they still have Denver still has an offense. I mean, you got Teddy Bridgewater. They still got Phil Lindsay and running back, right?
No, he's actually on the Texans. They Melvin Gordon and the rookie Williams.
But I mean, Jaguars aren't really going anywhere. I mean, this is going to be like
it's a circus to me. It's a circus. I'm calling it a circus.
Why are you calling it a circus?
Because it's like they put Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence. I mean, you go where you land. I'm gonna always say that you go where you land. Justin Fields. He was in a situation in Chicago. He's people want to see him. Trevor Lawrence is in a toxic situation where they got Urban Meyer as the head coach. We know Urban Meyer wins 80% of his games. He won 90% at Utah, 90%, 81% at Florida, and 90% at Ohio State. But in the NFL, the game is so much faster, and it's so you cannot make that many mistakes in the NFL.
Right.
This from Trevor Lawrence, in a Trevor Lawrence standpoint, this is going from bad to worse. You're going up against Von Miller.
Mm-hmm.
Von Miller. So
and Patrick Kane at corner.
Right. And then
if Bradley Chubb plays
and that is
just the best secondary in all of football.
Right. So it's like he's being thrown in the fire for the first.
The NFL experience is not starting out well for Trevor.
Right. And then you got Teddy Bridgewater on the other side. And that makes it so much better. Like the Broncos are going to be an interesting team to watch. That whole division will be an interesting division to watch. So I had the Broncos going 2-0 in that game.
Broncos 2-0.
Yeah, Broncos 2-0.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going Broncos too.
Saints at Panthers.
Ooh.
So I'll go first. This is a shootout. I think this Saints offense is it's new to everyone. A lot of Drew Brees. Yes, I'll give credit to Drew Brees. Drew Brees' only downfall was that he could not throw the ball down the field over the top. Jameis Winston can. I mean, you at Tampa Bay throwing 30 touchdowns and 30 interceptions. I mean, 30 touchdowns is a lot. But if you would have lowered that number, that's a solid quarterback. But 5 touchdowns against Green Bay, who I think Green Bay thought they were still in the preseason, but it is what it is. Sam Darnold will have a solid day, and Christian McCaffrey, I think, will have a solid day as well. I'll have to go with the Saints. I say 27-24.
Okay, so with this game, Saints definitely came out week 1 on fire.
Mm-hmm.
Winston, man, he's going back, man, to those Florida State days. But anyway, don't get mad at me, Chris, because I know he's a Panthers fan, but I'm going with Saints because I like their defense better than Panthers defense. I trust in Jameis Winston a little bit more than Sam Darnold. Christian McCaffrey going to have a good game. You know, those boys on the offense, they're going to have a good game. But I just trust Jameis Winston. I trust Sean Payton more than Matt Rule. So I'm just going to go with the Saints. But it's going to be a close game, but I'm going with the Saints.
Okay. Lauren?
Yeah, I gotta go with Famous Jameis because like Famous Jameis is back.
Yeah.
And to quote him, they're going to eat this W. So
Oh man, here we go.
Oh.
Go ahead, Xavier.
Oh man, I'm really like trying. Joe knows how I'll be feeling. If I got a feeling that an upset is coming, then I will.
Oh no!
Go
Oh,
ahead.
I ain't gonna. I'm not gonna. Nah, I got New Orleans.
Okay.
All right. I would not be surprised. If that game goes to OT though.
Okay.
Me either.
That's good.
Okay, that's a good point. Good point. Because they both have great offenses. I think Sam Darnold makes the Panthers a better team. Their ceiling is wild card. If they do take 3 teams out of that division, their ceiling is a wild card.
I still don't know about the wild card because the NFC is just so stacked, especially the NFC West.
yeah, the
like,
West could literally sweep the wild card. I think.
I mean, the West, the
West
NFC
is the
West
whole
is the
wild
most
card.
physical and the best division in all of football. So there's no, like, the Cardinals are the best 4th place. If they do get 4th place, any one of those teams will be the best 4th place team in the NFL.
The 4th place team in the NFC West is gonna be like the 1st place team in the NFC East.
Right.
But
Facts.
the NFC South is gonna be like a toss up. But I say only team you can definitely rule out in the NFC South is ATL.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Yes.
Rams at the Colts. I'll go first. I got the Rams.
Okay.
I think the defense, what we've seen from Aaron Donald and Jalen Ramsey was great. Matthew Stafford looked great. He's in a bigger city, bigger lights, better coach, better market. You're going on the road against a very questionable defense. I think I'm a Colts fan, so the problem for years has been the secondary. It's always been the secondary. I think Darius Leonard will bounce back, but it will, again, Carson Wentz. This is going to be the toughest test for Carson Wentz in Indianapolis. But the Rams defense is going to be way too much for Carson Wentz, so I got the Rams winning. Sorry, Colts. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Joe.
Yeah, I agree. I think the Rams will take the W. Matthew Stafford is happy, with Sean McVay and that culture. And Colts have a little bit of work to do, And I know you can't control injuries, but still, you guys have some work to do, Jalen's. But I don't think the job will get done in week 2. But I just got the Rams, man. I got the Rams beating the Colts. Rams starting 2-0.
Lauren?
Yeah, I gotta go with the Rams too. They look so good, both sides of the ball.
Yeah.
The Bears. Even though the Bears aren't great, like, I don't know, Stafford could have thrown like 3 more touchdowns.
He just tormented the Bears.
Go ahead, Xavier.
Rams over wherever they're playing.
Don't do my team like that.
I blanked out for a second. But Rams over Colts, like, on a serious note. Matt Stafford loves it. He loves Los Angeles. He is glad he is out of Detroit and not struggling. Point blank. Period.
Word. Bills at Dolphins. This game is interesting. This is an interesting.
It is.
This is an early divisional matchup. I got the Bills. I think Josh Allen will bounce back, but don't be surprised for Xavier Howard, who led the league in interceptions last year. He made a game-changing play against the Patriots. This will be close, but I think Josh Allen will shine. He will have over 350 passing yards. Go ahead, Joe.
I don't know about 350, but Yeah, to be honest, I'm gonna go with the Bills. I don't see the Bills going 0-2. They cannot. They cannot start 0-2.
Cannot.
Like I said, I had high hopes for Josh Allen. Y'all two know I had high hopes for Josh Allen and Tua, but I gotta go with the Bills right here. They cannot start off the season 0-2. Because if Miami goes 2-0, they could win the division. But anyway, I got the Bills winning, and Josh Allen will have to bounce back. Bills winning.
Lauren?
Okay, so I really want to go for like the upset here. And I think I will. I'm just gonna do it because like why not? I'm gonna go with the Dolphins. They're at home, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
they're at home. The defense is good. The Bills are asking like Josh Allen to do way too much, in my opinion. Week 1, he threw the ball 51 times. He ran it like 9 times. He was getting like hit almost every time he ran it. I like the Dolphins defense a lot. They just gotta have Tua play well. Tua's got to make some more stuff happen. I like Tua, but I just need to see a little more from him. But if he does a little more, he'll win this game.
Okay.
So
Good.
I want to go for the crazy.
Go ahead, Xavier.
Close game. But I gotta go with Lauren on this one. I'm gonna call it an upset.
Wow. Split down the middle.
I gotta pull my upset along on this one.
Okay.
I trust the defense. But like if you're throwing the ball 51 times, then you really gonna get tired. And I feel like they're overworking Josh Allen a little too much. But that game is going to be close though. I mean, Tua, if you can get to Devontae Parker and Mike Gesicki, you're good all game long.
And Jalen Waddle.
Jalen Waddle. Oh yeah, Jalen Waddle. Yeah. But I feel like Jalen Waddle is not as good as he. I mean, it's 2 different levels, but he got hurt and like
he'll get there.
Right out.
It's all of a developmental issue. He'll get there. He's gonna get there.
Yeah. But like I said, I pulled him my upset alarm. 30-28 Miami.
Okay. But would it really be an upset though? Because I think a lot of people sleeps on Miami. They have the defense and the offense is there, but they just have to develop more.
But looking at it, a lot of people didn't think that the Bills would lose to the Steelers in the opening week. If you really think about it.
But yeah, even with the Steelers, but we know what the Steelers are capable of. So I really didn't call that an upset, but it really shocked me that they lost to the Steelers.
Me too.
I didn't really call that an upset.
There's not many bad teams in the NFL this year, if we're being honest.
The worst division to me is the NFC North.
NFC North.
NFC North. Green Bay, Minnesota.
Oh, because nobody won a game yet. Okay.
That is the worst division in the league right now.
Yeah,
all
right now.
0-1. Patriots at Jets. This is
another interesting one, man.
It's like I want to take New England, but something is telling me that Zach Wilson will have a good game.
All you gotta do is
I gotta go with Mac. I gotta go with Mac Daddy. I gotta go with Mac Jones. I think Mac Jones will have a good game. He threw for 281 with 1 touchdown. But Zach Wilson will also have a good game. But I have the Patriots winning on the road.
Yeah, I agree. I got the Patriots. I think Zach Wilson will have a pretty decent game, but that defensive side of the ball of the Jets, I mean, they look a little good against the Panthers, but the Panthers was just struggling on their own.
He just had he had a very bad first half. Terrible.
Yeah. So I'm going to have to go with the rookie Mac Jones and Bill Belichick here. I'm going with the Patriots.
Okay. Lauren?
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Patriots too, because of that stat, like how Bill Belichick just like doesn't lose to rookie quarterbacks. And Wilson got sacked 6 times versus the Panthers, and now Becton's not going to play this game. So I am scared for Zach Wilson.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
that is true.
Xavier?
I got New England. You got the whole defense back, and the Jets are slowly they're not developing, but they slowly rebuilding. So like, and then like if New England gets upset about New York by the Jets, all I know is back here in Columbia, South Carolina, at the University of South Carolina, these Jets fans are gonna go crazy.
Listen, I'm in New York. It's a lot of Giants fans, but I haven't seen Jets fans on campus. But listen, if they win, they're gonna go bananas. Bengals at Bears. This is another interesting one too.
I'll take this one.
Oh, go ahead.
Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase coming off of week one, a solid week one. Love to see it at the LSU, the Louisiana State duo back at it again. But it will be a close game. I would not be surprised if Cincy pulls a win over Chicago, and in a sense, it'll be an upset. But like I said, like we said before, Jalen, Cincy is like a great sorry team. They just need an offensive line. But I will actually trust Chicago on this one because of the defense. Because like Joe knows this, I believe defense wins games.
Mm-hmm.
So I got Chicago over Cincy, and I'll predict the score to be 27-24.
Okay.
Go ahead, John.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree. I just think the Bears, they just didn't look great against the Rams. But honestly, that defense for the Bears is going to be a little too much for that offensive line, who is still pretty bad. I mean, they didn't really do as good in Minnesota. But, I like the Joe Burrow and Jamar connection. I believe they're going to get it going. But I hope the Bears lose because of the Giants, for Giants purposes, because, the picks for next year. Right, Lauren? But anyway,
yeah, exactly.
I'm going to have to say the Bears because of the defense.
Lauren?
Okay, I want to go with another upset because I'm like, why not? Let's just go a little crazy here. Let's go Joey B and Jamar Chase. Listen, they're going to bring some momentum from week one. The Bears look really bad. If Andy Dalton is playing, I think the Bengals really do have a chance because that O-line suffered some injuries. And if they can get pressure on Andy Dalton, I think they can win it. And if Joe Burrow, on the other hand, gets some protection. He did have that like crazy long pass down the field to Chase. So they gave him enough time there week one. So just protect Joey B and you can win.
I gotta roll with that. You protect Joe for all your life. I think Joey, I'm about to call him Joey B. Joe Burrow, I think, will be the key factor for this game. If Matt Nagy does not play Justin Fields, the Bears fans will go ballistic.
Matt Nagy makes me like question, like I'm like, what is this guy doing?
It's like he's the most dynamic player on your team. When he scored that touchdown, you can tell from the players' emotions, they like Justin Fields in that rotation. So
he fits better. He fits better than
him. I don't know why they don't start him.
Like it's just weird.
For John's purposes, please start Andy Dalton. Please.
Yeah. Next year, I'm definitely gonna root for Justin Fields because I like Justin Fields coming out of college and stuff. But like right now with the Giants pick. Sorry, Justin.
I got the Bengals. I do got the Bengals 24-21.
Okay.
I got the Bengals.
That's a little good, bro.
Hold on, wait. So first of all, Andy Dalton's getting old. B, Justin Fields fits that offensive scheme perfectly with Chicago. C, I would not be surprised if Andy Dalton two things. If Andy Dalton going against his former team, I wouldn't be surprised if he actually has like a little revenge type of game. And D, if Andy Dalton has a bummy first half, don't be surprised of a quarterback switch.
Right. And I think with Fields, it will also give light to Allen Robinson. Because Allen Robinson, yes, he's a top 10 receiver in many people's eyes. But it will elevate his game with Fields because Fields can accurately throw the ball if he wants to throw the ball. So they got to put Fields in the game.
Trust the black quarterback.
Falcons at Buccaneers. There's no
Let me get this one. Can we just get this one?
Tom Brady will be Tom Brady. That's all we're gonna say. Tom Brady will be Tom Brady. I got the Bucks.
Tom. I got Tom.
Bucks.
Okay, Xavier. I already know what you're gonna say, Xavier. I already know. It's okay.
You already know.
Yeah, let's game.
Vikings at Cardinals. Vikings.
This was great.
This is another interesting one. Another one.
Interesting one.
Kyler Murray is making his name known for MVP. 5 touchdowns. Chandler Jones is making his name for Defensive Player of the Year with 5 sacks on Ryan Tannehill. But the Vikings, despite injuries, they are a competitive team in the NFC North. I got to give them that. They did take it to the Bengals last week. I think they can hang with the Cardinals, but I think the Cardinals' defense will be too much with J.J. Watt and Chandler Jones. So I got the Cardinals.
Okay. Yeah, I got the Cardinals too. Minnesota, I mean, they could have really won that game. They should have won that game against Cincinnati, but this is a much tougher team. Kyler Murray, man, that connection with him and DeAndre Hopkins is a pretty good dynamic duo. And that defense with J.J. Watt, Chandler Jones, not Tyrann Mathieu, Buddy, Buda Baker, yeah. Those guys, man, gonna tear it up against Minnesota. So I got Arizona.
Go ahead, Xavier.
My fault, Lauren.
No, you're good.
Me personally, I don't really trust Kirk Cousins in a situation like this. And then you could come out for 3 sacks with Chandler Jones, and then you got a veteran J.J. Watt at the defensive line with Isaiah Simmons, with Buda Baker. And then you got the best receiver in the league. Yes, I said the best receiver in the league.
Yeah,
and that's a debate because many people can say Devontae Adams, but Devontae Adams didn't do anything. Off of week 1, he didn't really do anything.
Okay, in my opinion, the best receiver in the league, D-Hop.
Off of week 1 to me.
And then Kyler Murray, and then AJ Green coming off of a toxic Cincinnati team.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
but I got Arizona 30. I'm gonna say 33-20.
All right. Okay, Lauren.
Yeah, I agree. I think Arizona's going to win this game by a lot because of how their D-line played last week and how the Vikings O-line played last week. The Vikings O-line did not play good. They really struggled. And I love Kyler Murray. Like, Kyler Murray played insane. Like, just avoiding sacks. He's like, come here, defensive lineman. And then just boom, juke him. And just literally teasing this defense and just on the run, throwing across the body, like perfect passes. It's going to be, I think the Cardinals are winning this game by a lot.
Okay. Yeah. Titans at Seahawks.
This is going to be a good one.
I got the Seahawks. After what I saw last week, that's going to be a tough offense to stop. That offensive, I don't even know the offensive coordinator's name, but his scheme for Russell Wilson, it works so perfectly. Tyler Lockett catching balls, DK Metcalf doing what he does, Chris Carson averaging 6 yards a carry, and Dwayne Brown doing the dirty work, blocking for that O-line. That's going to be a tough team to stop. And I'm not even mentioning the defense with Bobby Wagner and Jamal Adams and all those boys. That's going to be a tough team to stop. And I think the Titans defensively will not stop that offense. I don't know if the offense will be okay. I think the offense will be okay, but defensively, it's going to go with the Seattle Seahawks. So I got Seattle winning the game.
I think it's going to be an offensive shootout. So, because you got the play action king, like Joe always says, Ryan Tannehill. We haven't seen him do too much against Julio because Julio only had like 3 receptions last game.
Like 3 receptions, yards, I think.
In 1 touchdown.
Yeah, but like it's going to be an offensive shootout because you can mix that offense with Tennessee with a running back with Derrick Henry, Julio Jones, AJ Brown, and then you got Russell Wilson, Chris Carson, and DK Metcalf and an underrated Tyler Lockett.
Mm-hmm.
But that game is going to be, like I said, it's going to be an offensive shootout. So I'm going to go. I'm going to go with Seattle, 31-28.
I don't think it's going to be a shootout, but go ahead.
I want to pick Seattle, but
Come on, Joe.
Tennessee still had the best running back. Seattle run defense is not that good. So I'm going to shake things up here and pick Tennessee to win this game. I'm nervous saying that, but I'm picking Tennessee to win this game. Because, like I said, Seattle run defense is not good at all. And if they run the ball like effectively, the play action king, Ryan Tannehill, can get out and throw to either A.J. Brown or Julio Jones. Because both defenses are still questionable, but Seattle's defense showed up last week. So, but this time, I got Tennessee.
They still got.
I'm
Does
gonna do
Tennessee
it.
still have Delaney Walker?
Huh?
Does Tennessee still have Delaney Walker?
Do it? I think they do.
Okay, but anyway, but
Yeah,
the Seattle's defenses is always. I mean, every team that is going against the Titans, they are expecting run all the time.
And that's why they did against the Colts, because the Colts was a running team. I mean, you had Jonathan Taylor and Nakeem Hines, so they knew that coming in, and they literally stopped that run game plan. I was like, yeah, we're not running the ball no more. But Lauren, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with the Seahawks just because Russ, he threw the ball, I think, like 23 times last week, and he had 4 touchdowns like on those 23 attempts. So he was like so efficient. They were running the ball well. They could have put up more points, I think, if they wanted on offense. Like if they needed to be more aggressive with Russ, they could have. So if they get into a position in this game where they gotta have a game-winning drive or something, I feel like Russ is gonna be fine. They're gonna be able to do it. So I'm gonna go with the Seahawks.
Okay. Cowboys at Chargers.
This is another again.
I have a strong opinion.
I got Herbert. Yes. I love Justin Herbert.
I do too. I love him too.
For the basketball fans out there, I like Ben Simmons. I love Justin Herbert. Justin Herbert, to me, I like Dak too. Dak is great too. Yeah. But I think this is a true shootout. A shootout game. I hate going against Dak. That's the only thing I hate going against Dak. But I think Justin Herbert will shine. But it did. Oh God, 30-27 Chargers.
I literally.
Go ahead.
No, you go, Xavier.
Oh, go ahead, Xavier.
No, go ahead, Lauren. No, go ahead, Lauren. I got you. I went before you last time.
Okay. No, you're good. You go.
All right, so I got Los Angeles. Defense. And I'm actually on Joe's side on this. I want Dallas to lose so New York can win. So, but like, yeah, it's just defense. Like, Dallas defense is not great, and the Chargers defense is actually better than them. So they're going to do what they do and make it happen.
Cool.
It's going to be a shootout, though. A true shootout.
It's a shootout.
Great quarterback. This is really tough. It's really tough.
So why is it tough, Joe?
Because both of those offenses, Cowboys have a top 5 offense.
Mm-hmm.
And they went up, they held their own against Tampa Bay. I know they didn't win, but they held their own. And I'm kind of scared of that offense, I ain't gonna lie. But anyway, but you know what? Now thinking about it, they will not have Michael Gallup. They will not have DeMarcus Lawrence. And they will not have Lionel Collins. But Zach Martin is back. That's 3 main parts to that Cowboys team. So honestly, yeah, I think I will go with the Chargers. I'll go with the Chargers 28-24.
Okay.
I gotta go with the Chargers too because they're like my sleeper team this year. I'm like Herbert, dark horse MVP, all that. But I literally think both quarterbacks could combine to throw for over 800 yards this game. I literally think we could get some crazy stat like that because I like Dak too. Dak is so legit. Dak is so good. And he threw for what, 4? I think he threw for 400 yards in the first game or something.
About
almost 450.
Yeah, like he did, and he was doing that before he got injured too. Like he was putting up insane numbers every single game. So it looks like he's just totally back to that. But
Yeah.
I think DeMarcus Lawrence being out is going to be just a huge blow for the Cowboys because he's their best defensive player. Where's the pass rush coming from now? And I'm just gonna have to give it to the Chargers because of that defensive edge. I think they can get like one more stop than the Cowboys.
Yeah, it's closer.
Everybody go?
Yeah.
Okay. Sunday night football. Chiefs at Ravens.
Ooh.
I'll take this one.
Go ahead, Xavier.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
0-2 Ravens, man.
Oh.
0-2 Ravens. I don't want to talk down about a team like that.
It's not an Arrowhead. It's not an Arrowhead.
But we lost in Baltimore. But here's the thing: we lost in Baltimore last year. If it was an Arrowhead, it would probably been a little bit close. Because the year before last, we played an Arrowhead, and we didn't lose that by that much. But last year we played in Baltimore, and then we lost by like 15 or something like that. I think it was about 14. I think it was like 34-20 Kansas City. But Lamar didn't play. Lamar played well against Las Vegas, but the offensive line just gotta protect them better on the pass, like because everybody's expecting to run. Everybody knows. Lamar doesn't have his 3 running backs no more. Well, it's 2 because I ain't really counting Justice Hill in that situation. But no offense to him. But I just I'm not even being biased. I'm not even downplaying my team or anything. But we have not won in the past 3 years. We haven't won against the Chiefs ever since the Pat Mahomes era. Mm-hmm. So, but we in Baltimore, so I would have faith. But we talking about this in a reality, and if you talking about the analyst perspective in me instead of the fan perspective in me, I got Kansas City taking over, walking your trap, take over the trap. 34 to Baltimore's 26.
Okay.
I got. He gonna do it. Is he gonna do it?
This is hard. This is hard. I got the Chiefs.
Oh,
I got the Chiefs. I was gonna say the Ravens, but in the clutch, I can't trust Lamar yet because I've seen the Monday Night Football game. We've seen that Lamar can now throw the football effectively. Mm-hmm. But it has to develop as the season goes on. The Chiefs are more complete. Travis Kelce is unstoppable. Tyreek Hill is unstoppable. They don't have the Honey Badger Tyrann Mathieu back yet. But when he comes back, that defense will be complete. Andy Reid is unbeatable in September. They're going to roll on. I got the Chiefs winning. But I think Lamar will have a great game.
Oh, yeah, definitely. He plays well against Kansas City. He plays well against Kansas City. So,
yes.
But he's so used to carrying an offense on his own because he doesn't have as much targets. Now he got some targets because you got Hollywood and Sammy Watkins. Yeah, but everybody's talking about Sammy Watkins saying, "Oh, Sammy Watkins is not gonna be good. His first 2 games is gonna be good, but he's not gonna. But he's gonna be inconsistent for the rest of the season."
Not these are his boys.
But
I'm tired of the slander.
Man, it's gonna be a good Sunday night football game in Baltimore. And honestly, I really wouldn't be surprised if the Ravens win. But to be honest, I'm gonna go with the Chiefs 34-24. Patrick Mahomes, he's Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce and Tyreek Hill and Demarcus Robinson. McCole Hardman. Those guys on the offensive end just crazy. It's just crazy. But with Lamar, he just need a wide receiver 1.
Yeah, exactly. This is what I've been saying.
And just like with Mark Andrews, basically, he technically is his 1. But defense really will expect that in the past. So he's going to run the ball a lot, of course, because the best runner on the team. But still, Ravens just need a decent wide receiver one. And until they get that, then they'll be a scary team.
They
But,
could
yeah.
develop it with Hollywood Brown though. I mean,
Hollywood Brown dropped too many passes.
yeah, and that's the
Like,
only that's why I can't. Yeah, I agree, Joe. That's why I can't put him at the.
I can't put him at that. I can't put him at that.
If he doesn't
spot.
drop balls, then yes, he would. That sounded weird, but if he doesn't drop passes, if he doesn't drop any passes, then I would consider him a wide receiver, the number one wide receiver for that team. But he's not. But
And now, and like when they play Las Vegas, they was like they like locked Mark Andrews down because they was expecting Lamar to, if he doesn't hit a receiver, he's definitely gonna hit Andrews. So it's like you kind of got. So that's just how I see
Both
it.
of those teams are playoff teams. Playoff teams.
Oh, definitely.
Down the road, they're playoff teams. Lions at Packers Monday Night Football. Okay, I'm just gonna say this.
Wait, who?
Lions at Packers.
Okay.
This is interesting because I didn't expect them to come back against the San Francisco 49ers in 2 minutes to potentially tie the game. But when I saw that, I was like, the Lions really are underestimated a little bit. Aaron Rodgers, from what I saw last week with Aaron Rodgers against this against the Saints, he looked like he does not care. Like he does not want to be there. He's just throwing the ball everywhere. He's not being efficient. 2 interceptions when he averaged 5 interceptions for the whole season. Something is weird with Green Bay. But I got Green Bay taking this game. But I would not be surprised if the Lions do go on the road and beat the Packers at Lambeau Field. But I got Green Bay in this game.
I would just say that. I got the Packers just for the safe pick, but I really wouldn't be surprised either. I mean, Jared Goff actually did pretty good with the Detroit Lions, you know? And they're going into Lambeau, one of the hardest stadiums to, win at when you're away team. But I for the safe pick, I got Aaron Rodgers and the Packers, but I really wouldn't be surprised either if Detroit just go in there and beat the Packers. But I got the Packers.
Okay. Lauren?
Yeah, I gotta go with the Packers just because I can't pick the Lions right now.
Yeah.
But just imagine how chaotic it would be if the Lions beat the Packers. Like, I kind of want to see how what the storylines around that would be. Everyone would be freaking out about the Packers after that.
Right.
That would be crazy.
Man, I'm gonna just say it. I got Green Bay, but I would. But I
thought he was about this.
No. But I got Green Bay for the sake of it. I would not be surprised if Detroit upsets Green Bay in Lambeau. Aaron Rodgers' body language against New Orleans was just horrific. It shows how he feels about the team. I know it's just one game, but I kind of feel like if he carries that same energy the whole season, then he probably either wants out like the middle of the season or he wants out like at the end of this season in Green Bay. But if Detroit wins over Green Bay, you about to see Ha Davis and T Grizzly going ham on all social media. Represent for Detroit.
Right.
So that is the whole schedule for week 2. And we're going to go on to the quick pitch. This week, the Rockets did announce that they were planning to trade John Wall, but no one really knows where he was going to go. So I want to ask the panel, what is the best landing spot for John Wall for this upcoming NBA season? Go ahead, John.
Okay. To be honest, and this is just my opinion, I really want to see him back in Washington with the Wizards because, I don't know. I just think with him already, being there and he played with Bradley Beal before.
Mm-hmm.
So, I think those two will, be good again. But I really I really don't see him going anywhere else. So I'm just gonna say the Washington Wizards.
I got two teams: the Orlando Magic and the OKC Thunder. I think those are the market. I say that because the market in those cities are very small, and not a lot of teams are going to want to buy. Are going to buy out his contract because his contract is it's very weird. But in regards to like roster wise, I think he will most likely fit with OKC with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. I would not mind them two teaming up together because you already got Jalen Suggs. You already got Jalen Suggs and Cole Anthony and their new head coach. And so that will already be solidified. You will have 3 guard-heavy players in Orlando. So I don't really see that working, but it's possible. So I really see him fitting with the OKC Thunder. A lot of people were saying San Antonio on Twitter for DeJounte Murray and for some draft picks. But it is kind of iffy. I really don't know, but I'm really leaning towards OKC with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Okay.
Go ahead, Xavier.
I agree with that. I said that's a good one. The OKC Thunder, that's a good one too.
Yeah, I agree with your picks, Jalen. But I gotta agree with Joe because like I see him in Washington. I just think that him and Bradley Beal are like they were like trying to say this without making it sound weird. They like this, so like they know what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I feel like Washington needs a true point guard. I'm not saying Russ wasn't a true point guard. I mean, but Russ is just Russ. But I just feel like with Washington, if they bring him back, I feel like they can be a 7th or 8th seed team in the East.
Okay.
Because they have players.
Lauren?
So one of the teams I was thinking was definitely OKC because, I think they're a team that could, buy out the contract and with their cap situation and all that. It kind of reminds me of the Kemba Walker deal they did before he signed with the Knicks. But another team I'm thinking could possibly trade for him is the 76ers, depending on what happens with Ben Simmons. Because if they trade Ben Simmons and it looks like that's going to happen, I don't know exactly what their cap situation is like.
Know what they're going to do.
Like they would have to trade Ben Simmons first. But like if they trade Ben Simmons, then I could see John Wall possibly going there. But it wouldn't work if Ben Simmons was never traded.
My only concern is him going to Philly is if he's not injured, if he's healthy, if he's not healthy all the way. Because going to play for Joel Embiid is a big deal because he's been to the Eastern Conference Finals before and has come up short. I know they have experience, and they got an experienced coach who has won a championship with the Boston Celtics. So that's going to be playing a big deal. He's going to have to play a crucial role for that team. Can he score? Is he a two-way scorer? No, but I mean, he's a slasher. But if he can develop his shot, his mid-range, I think the Philadelphia 76ers will be a good landing spot for him. I've never thought about it like that. College football, the biggest storyline after week 2. I'm going to just say this. I'm going to call it. I'm just going to call it. It happened in 2019. And I got a feeling it's going to happen this year. I got the South Carolina Gamecocks going in Athens, upsetting Georgia this week.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, let me break this down.
So I'm okay. I'm just going to keep it real. I'm going to keep it real. The Georgia defense against against the against that Clemson team, they look lights out. But I think it's been proven. We saw that in 2019 with Georgia. They started out undefeated, and they kicked the game-winning field goal against Georgia. But Joe, this is going to help you because if Georgia does lose, if Georgia does lose, Clemson is in the playoff because they're
y'all get that vibe.
So y'all really gonna pick South Carolina against Georgia, and like you said, they're in Athens, Georgia, and y'all gonna pick them to go there and beat them?
And they don't even know who
Hey.
their starting quarterback is. They don't even know who their starting quarterback is this week.
Hold
But
on.
that doesn't matter. Georgia, I want Georgia to lose. I want Georgia to lose too. I really do. But I can't pick South Carolina. I hate both of y'all. I mean, I hate both of South Carolina and Georgia. I do. But I'm just saying, I just can't pick South Carolina to go in Athens to beat Georgia. I can't. I cannot.
I think
Okay.
If y'all do,
17-14. 17-14.
Yeah, it's gonna be a low scoring game.
That's
Okay. This is why.
Go ahead, Xavier.
Okay. I told to Joe. I texted Joe and I sent him my take on why South Carolina could beat Georgia. Okay. Number one, JT Daniels sat out. Most of their starters sat out against UAB last week. JT Daniels did not start that game at all. So they started Stinson Bennett. Number two, Zamir White. He's not looking like the best running back in the SEC, arguably. But because like he's on, I think altogether, I did the numbers. He's I think he only has in the first 2 games, he only had like 17 rush carries and like over 100 yards. In 2 games, that's not really good. So he hasn't picked his fire yet. Number 3, that South Carolina defense, especially that front 4 with JJ Enagbare, Aaron Sterling, Jabari Ellis, and Zach Pickens. You're not playing with that South Carolina defense. They're going to come out firing, and they're going to do damage on their defense. And that secondary has improved. But they're going to get actual true receivers in this game though. Number whatever I'm on.
3.
Or was it whatever reason I'm on? Yeah, number 3. If you coming into Athens, okay, so 2 years ago, everybody thought South Carolina was going to get the brakes beat off of in Athens, Georgia. Georgia was sitting at number 3. Georgia in 2019. Georgia is sitting at number 2 right now. Okay. And everybody's expecting a whole blowout and everything. But I just feel like Georgia can beat them. And another reason, they don't know who the starting quarterback is. I want it to be, if you're talking about who should throw the deep ball more, I'm going to say Zeb Nolan. But if you're actually talking about like somebody who can get ball upfield and doesn't have to do too much, I'm going to say Luke Doty because of that defensive line, and he has speed to recover from that. So I have South Carolina beating Georgia and being in the top 25, 3-0, 20-17 once again in Athens, Georgia.
Okay. Lauren?
I'm not the biggest college football person, but I did watch Georgia beat Clemson. But I did watch Georgia beat Clemson, and I'm going to have to go with the Georgia. Sorry, Xavier. But I'm actually going to the North Carolina game Saturday.
That Virginia team. That's an interesting team in the ACC.
Got to scout Sam Howell for the Giants.
I did. Now, he did. That was a good game against Virginia Tech, but Sam Howell looks good. I like Sam Howell.
I don't know how I feel about him, to be honest.
Alabama at Florida. Well, Sam Howell, that is a roller coaster type player. He has his good.
He reminds me of Baker.
Yeah. But he's not that cocky, though. I don't think he's really that.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Playing style is
just like his stature and the way he plays.
Right. God, I was gonna say this about South Carolina too. They just cannot start off slow. They start off very flat against East Carolina. They just cannot. They can't do that because playing from behind is a lot harder. Alabama at Florida. People are saying it was going to be close. I don't think it's going to be close. I just don't think it's going to be close. I think Alabama will cruise in a win at Florida. Auburn at Penn State. Penn State did
It's
struggle.
hard winning that. Penn State.
I got
Penn State.
I got Penn State over
you-
Auburn.
Who you
I
said?
feel
Yeah,
like
me
both-
too.
Huh?
Joe, who you said?
I said I'm honestly gonna go with Penn State as well because it's very hard. It's very hard winning that Penn State environment. It really is.
Yeah. Bo Nix is not going to play well in a Penn State vicinity. Like
Yeah.
Penn State is the loudest stadium in college football.
Right. You're right.
Like you're not playing in there.
I think Auburn will
No.
have a shot, but I think Penn State is just gonna come out and win. They're just gonna come out and win.
I think it's gonna be a good game though. It is gonna be
it's gonna be a good game. That's really about it, guys. Because I don't see any other big games on here other than Arizona State and BYU. That's 19 and 23. That's it. Really, that's really all the sports talk we have. Lauren, thank you for coming on the show.
Thanks for
I
having
hate
me.
I hate that Chaz wasn't able to make it today, but we'll see Chaz next week with his take on the Washington football team. And we will catch you guys next week to give our reaction to week 2 and week 3 of the NFL and other breaking news around the sports world. So without further ado, peace out, y'all.
Peace.